Okay, awesome. Very good morning. How is everybody doing? Okay, good to see very smiling faces in the morning. I'm Shivangi. I have been a part of the Startup India team for the last 6 years. Before this, I was a part of OYO, which was that time an early stage startup. I worked there for 4 years, and prior to that, I was into investment banking. So, at least for the last decade, my experience has been very closely with the startup ecosystem, working on different initiatives, trying to understand the needs of the ecosystem, and helping the government kind of come up with different capacity development initiatives as well. Very honored and very grateful to be here among all of you. Can we just do like a quick show of hands in terms of how many entrepreneurs do we have in the audience? Okay, so that's almost like 60%. How many people who want to start their venture or are thinking of starting their venture? Okay, around 10%. All right. Um, do we have any service enablers? Okay, awesome. Very good to have you, sir. Awesome. So, I'm here today particularly to talk about Bhaskar, which is Bharat Startup Knowledge Access Registry. It's a very special platform that Startup India team has recently worked upon and launched as well. I think while we've been working with the ecosystem also very closely, one constant challenge and one constant feedback that we face from the ecosystem is about community building, which is easy to access, easy to connect, and easy to take forward those conversations as well. I think the previous session was on how to expand your network on LinkedIn. Almost everybody and anybody in the in the professional community today is on LinkedIn. But how easy is it when we look at navigating within the LinkedIn community for, let's say, startup entrepreneurs, or let's say any investors you want to connect with, service enablers, aspiring entrepreneurs, or even if you just want to understand the ecosystem? When I tried doing that, it was not easy. I think it's very widespread, great platform that provides you good kind of knowledge, great user experience. However, with respect to getting the community together, I think it's still far away. And that's where we said that, okay, all of the startups, they are a part of Startup India's network with the DPIT recognition that is being provided to startups in India. You have state recognitions as well. There are investors, there are mentors, everybody that we're connected with. Can we get them online on a platform that turns out to be seamless, that helps in easier discoverability, in easier searchability, so that everybody is under the same roof, under India as the third largest startup ecosystem in the country. So I think while we talk about these numbers, the navigation hasn't been very easy, and I think that was the feedback that kind of led to the rise of Bhaskar. And that's where we made an attempt of working with different communities and different ecosystem stakeholders within the community to get feedback, to understand what kind of features should the platform have, what all offerings should it have. When somebody is making their profile, filling up their forms, how should one go about it? And that was kind of the starting point where we said, okay, this is how the blueprint is going to look like, and let's proceed with the development. Having said that, we wanted to deep dive today so that how can you leverage this platform and how can you become a part of this community for your own benefits. Divided the presentation into very quick three parts, where first I think we talk about what this platform really is about. The second one is on how, what do you find on this platform, and third one is why should you be there on this platform. I think talking about India particularly, I think it's going through an unprecedented rate of transformation, whether we look at states, whether we look at cities, whether we look at districts, even innovation coming from the remotest corners of the villages, where we have some form of entrepreneurship or entrepreneurs in the nooks and corners of the country, which is absolutely inspiring. But I think what it lacks is the skill set, the digitization that kind of gets everybody on the same platform. Having said that, we decided to come up with this portal called Bhaskar, which can cater to the large audience. India is 1.4 billion people, right? So we said currently the startup ecosystem, with the number of startups that we have, is more than 150,000. How can we get more and more entrepreneurs registered as a part of the community? How can we have other key ecosystem players as well who play a very, very key role, but may not be as involved, but a lot of value can be driven from there as well, be it corporates, be it service enablers, mentors, etc. So, a few key points that we had in mind when we were looking at Bhaskar. First was how do we enable networking, cross collaboration between the ecosystem stakeholders. Second, how do we ease out the searchability so that by putting the appropriate filters, how can you reach your concerned person that you or organization that you're trying to get in touch with? It also provides a unique identifier. So when we talk about this platform, we all have Aadhaar cards as citizens of India. The platform also intends to give kind of an Aadhaar identity to startup ecosystem stakeholders. So everybody gets a unique Bhaskar identity as well. How it helps is currently, we also, I think, with the collective aim of the community, we are also looking at and accelerating towards becoming the largest ecosystem, which is well connected. And I think that's where the personalized identifier helps, where whether you're a mentor, whether you're an accelerator, incubator, startup, aspiring entrepreneur, everybody gets their unique identity as a part of this platform that helps you eventually on different platforms and on different initiatives of different government platforms, private platforms. It will help you with easier access to your information where you do not have to fill that information again and again on different platforms and programs that you're applying for. The idea is also to ease out the flow of information within this digital platform. And of course, how do we do a better job at kind of building India as a brand? So I think the very first step as a part of this blueprint was we said, okay, let's do the community mapping. So that's why we divided the community into two parts. The first one we called as individuals, and the second one as organization. Taking my own example here, so Shivangi, part of the Startup India team, if I'm a mentor to a few of the startups, I can of course go and register my profile as a mentor there. However, for my organization, which is Startup India, it comes under the government body. Having said that, we have tried to include everybody as a part of the community under some bucket or the other so that it becomes all inclusive and there's a space for everybody. Something that I would like to particularly highlight would be the explorer in the student category. I think students are the future entrepreneurs of the country. I think even this, the stigma that was there earlier that, hey, I want to start my entrepreneurship journey, but there's so many risks associated with it. Not that they're not today, but I think that has been mitigated by different support that is being provided to the community. So I think students are a very, very important part of the platform. Any student that is above the age of 18 could be registered on this platform. Similarly, an explorer, let's say you do not fall in any particular category of a mentor or an investor, but you're here to explore the platform, you're here to learn a little more, you're here to maybe connect with a few mentors to see that, hey, how do I even take the first step, right? That's where you register yourself as an explorer. Similarly, if I talk about individual investors, now this includes the angels in their individual capacities, the HNIs, high net worth individuals. But when we talk about institutions, which means an angel investment platform, or we talk about a VC fund, or we talk about a PE fund, all of those are going to be registered under the institutional investor. And similarly for service enablers, right? There is a separate category for that as well. So essentially what we've tried to do is an ecosystem mapping of everybody so that there is value from the entire and the whole of the ecosystem on a single platform. So this slide essentially would give you gist of what do you find there. As I was speaking, right, be it investors, mentors, students, experts, corporates, incubators, accelerators, the idea is to get everybody on the same platform and not really have singular conversations, but connected conversations within different communities. Having said that, what we are solving for right now as a part of the MVP phase, because it's a product we've just launched in September, so it is work in progress for us as well, where we are testing it out in the market and we are also constantly improving this platform. Having said that, the current solutions that we are looking at providing is more in terms of personalized dashboards. Once you've made your profile, you get that personalized dashboard in terms of which are the programs that I could go for, which are the initiatives that perhaps suit my profile. Similarly, how do I stand out in the crowd? So making your profiles a little differently, enhanced connectivity within the network, and also being able to forge partnerships via continued conversations on the platform. But what you see on the left-hand side of the screen is something and more that we intend to offer as a part of this platform as it evolves over the next 1, 2, 3 years, right? Where we are saying that, can we have the entire ecosystem newsfeed here? Which means maybe your story in 42 Entrepreneurship Magazine, even what is happening in the ecosystem for you as a user to be able to share news. Can we do that? If you want to connect with him, can you endorse each other? Can those endorsements be validated? Can we create smaller communities on the platform, which are maybe sector focused, which are maybe region focused, which are maybe for special community groups as well, which may be, maybe female entrepreneurs from, let's say, Ranchi. They want to connect and see what can they do in the digitization space. So I think all of those things is something that we want to enable. For startups, they're going through different investments in their cycle. However, now when we were doing our research and consultations, the investors came to us, they said, it's just so difficult to track that. We are not getting that visibility. There's a lot of due diligence that we have to get into. Can I get that information upfront? So we are looking at, can that journey be highlighted somewhere as a part of this platform? How ready are you as a startup to raise investments at different stages? Can that be enabled? That's why we are looking at an investment readiness tracker, impact assessment tools. So these are just a few of the things that we have in mind, but I think as the platform becomes stronger for what we are trying to do as the basic principles, we are also parallelly developing on additional features that could be provided to the platform. Having said that, I wanted to highlight a few of the use cases that anybody who falls in any of the brackets can actually take advantage of, just to give a perspective. Let's say if you're a startup founder, what we are trying to do is to enable networking. Of course, I think we are today at Huddle. There's a lot of great energy, and nothing works like physical meetings and connects and the bonds that you form. But I think in today's world, which is so fast-paced, you really need to match up the energy and the speed of transformation. And you can only connect with as many people, right? Even attending events. So how can we make that networking seamless as the very first connect? How can we ensure faster discoverability? Let's say if I'm running an agri-tech startup and I want to connect with somebody maybe in a small village of Punjab who's working on some specific technology of, let's say, farmer upskilling and developing tools with respect to that. How can I connect with that person? So we are also looking at that level of micro discoverability that the platform could potentially enable. We spoke about certain profile cards and personalized dashboards. As a mentor, the mentors are also looking at good quality startups that they can support. Currently, these requests are coming on LinkedIn. They're coming in left, right, and center. There's no filtration process. Startup India does have a Mark platform as well, which is particularly focused on mentorship. But here we are also looking at, let's say if you talk about a seed fund platform that is already there under Startup India. If you're talking about the Investor Connect platform, which is to enable startups and investors together. How can all of these initiatives also be integrated singularly under this platform? Let's say if Meti Startup Hub is doing something, let's say if Kerala Startup Mission is doing something, can all of the programs be under the same roof? Is something that we are looking at as the future of this digital property that we are building as well. Similarly, if we talk about incubators, it could be a very good platform to kind of build your lead pipeline with respect to what are the kind of startups that you want in the platform, what stage of startups, what are they looking at, what specific mentorship areas, where do their expertise lie. Similarly, for students, I think very, very good in terms of getting a gist of understanding how the ecosystem at an overall level looks like, where is the potential, maybe I'm looking at starting my venture in X area. Um, what are the kind of innovations that are already there? So I think it just gives a good perspective with respect to what's happening around. Similarly, for government bodies, we definitely do not want to duplicate on the initiatives. I think there are a lot of programs that are happening under different ministries and departments, under different state nodal offices, and the innovation departments as well. The idea is to essentially make everybody a part of the network, everybody a part of the network that can actually enable this community and make it little easier. Because today, let's say, even if you have to move to different platforms in terms of recognition and different programs that you want to apply for, I do understand how cumbersome that is. Moving from one place to another, filling in the same set of questions, same information, it does get very, very taxing. So with your unique Bhaskar ID, can we enable that? As soon as you enter that Bhaskar ID, your information is automatically pulled, and a verification at the background is done, like it happens for at a mini level that's happening for Aadhaar as well, right? While your information also remains confidential. So I think this is the perspective. This is what we're trying to keep in mind. Um, but I think, having said that, digital connection, building your digital communities, getting connected on technology to kind of ease out the borders, to ease out, the shackles of the areas that you're operating on, is extremely crucial and is very, very important. Having said that, I think meetings that you do in person, connections that you form in person, are also very important, that actually go a very long way, because I think there are energies exchanged as well. So I think while this is being enabled, I encourage all of you to be a part of this platform. Very briefly, I'll also share how can you make your profile as well. But it also brings me to um, one one very, very exciting event that is also coming up, which is actually called Startup Mahakumbh. I'm not too sure if any of you participated this year, but this year was the first year. Okay, so you were there. So this year was the first year of Startup Mahakumbh, that was organized by Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, DPIT, under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, which is also the nodal ministry and department for the Startup India initiative. Next year is going to be the second edition. We also had, the Prime Minister kind of inaugurate, the Prime Minister also inaugurate the event and have a session there. We also had participation from different ecosystem stakeholders. We had more than 3,000 startups that had participated from across the globe. We had different unicorns, mentorship programs, panel session, expert sessions, etc., that were conducted. We are doing this in April in Bharat Mandapam. Um, in 2025, we are looking at, of course, delegations from different states. We are looking at providing booth to startups as well. So let's say if you want to showcase your innovation, get connected, forging deeper connections, then this is the platform to be. So you can take up your booths. There is more information yet to come in the next few months, but this is just a heads up that, hey, this is coming up. And you kind of save your calendars and you save your date for that. What's going to be different? We are going to be having participation from almost 50 plus country delegations is what we are looking at this platform. There are going to be certain focused multilateral platforms and forums that are going to be conducted here. We are going to be doing focused investor pitching sessions in series, master classes, expert sessions. There are going to be certain competitions that are going to happen as well as a part of it. And we are also looking at hopefully working on the National Startup Awards and the state ranking framework as a part of it. I think it's a very, very good opportunity to network, to build your connections, to build a larger community. This was also the largest. Startup event that had ever happened in India, and India aims to make this a flagship property on a year-on-year basis, that perhaps becomes the slush for tomorrow for India. So that is what we are looking at as a part of this platform. So I highly encourage participation. But going back to what Bhaskar community today looks like and how can you expand on the community, we already have more than, in the MVP phase, we already have more than 400,000 plus users on this platform. We are looking at growing this community. On a very regular basis, we are having thousands of users who are registering. people are also sharing feedback because there might be a possibility that while you make your profile, you might face certain challenges. So please do keep on sharing feedback as well so that we can share it with the product team and continuously improve the product as well. If there is any suggestion on something that you feel should be a part of this platform that the community is perhaps missing out on, please feel free to share that as well so that we could take it into consideration and look at potentially building it as well, because I think your experience will only make this stronger, your experience in participation. But I think just to give you a perspective, we spoke about different personas, we spoke about this categorization as well, right? Not very surprising, but of course, the top personas that are registered as a part of these 400,000 plus large community is actually the startups and the startup founders. We have seen enthusiastic participation from students on this platform, actually showing the interest that the community has as a part of this platform. We are really hoping that Kerala could also be very soon on the list of the top 5 states who have maximum number of users who are registered. But currently we have maximum users from Maharashtra who's actually leading the charts on the Bhaskar platform. The registration is very, very simple. You can just go to the Startup India website, which is www.startupindia.gov.in. As a part of that, there's going to be a banner that's going to be in Bhaskar. It's also in the ribbon tab. Once you go there, you just have to fill out your basic information, put out your email ID, your phone number, get that OTP verified. And then as a part of that, after filling in a few basic information, a few details about yourself, so that your profile is reflective of that and somebody who wants to connect with you is able to understand which persona are you part of, what is it that you intend to do as a part of the community. You fill in those basic details there, and further you get to the network section of the platform where you can put filters basis what kind of community, what kind of users, stakeholders you want to get connected with. So we've kept it as a very, very simple 4-step process. We've tried to keep it bare minimum with respect to the fields that are going to be required. As we speak, we are waving off and we are making some more fields as non-mandatory because we got feedback saying that, the form is seeming to be a little too long. I just want to get to the network section first and then I want to decide how much of information do I want to put in. So that's why we are also easing that out. So you'll see that in the coming few days as well. But apart from that, I would highly encourage that you put out all the information about yourself on that platform, because I think getting back to filling in the details is generally hard given it's such a fast-paced world and there's so much that each one of us is doing. And also for somebody to really get a true picture of what is your business about, what is it that you're offering as a service enabler, what is your expertise as a mentor for me to choose you as a mentor for my startup, or maybe as an advisor as my startup, for an investor to understand that where does this startup stand. So I think the power of this platform or the success of this platform is honestly going to be the input fields from each one of the stakeholders. That's going to be success, because if information is not seamless on this platform basis what each one of you is filling up, then the output is definitely going to be impacted. So it's a very simple platform. I'm going to take you to the QR code as well. This is the QR code just in case if you want to scan it right now. After scanning this, you'll be led to the Bhaskar page. Sorry. And that's where you can kind of register yourself, right? So this is about it. This is some information that we wanted to share about this new initiative. I will be very happy to take if there are any questions right now or maybe offline as well. I'm here today the entire day. I'm there tomorrow as well. I'm also joined by my colleague Sohani, so you can reach out to both or either of us. So we are going to be here and around. In fact, if you have any questions, any feedback, anything that you want to understand as a part of the Startup India platform as well, I'll be happy to take those queries or questions offline. But if there's any information that you're seeking at a larger level in terms of what we are doing, more than happy to do it. I personally wanted to keep the presentation a little short so that there's more time for interaction, and if there's something that you want to understand a little better, we can spend some time on that. So maybe next 5-10 minutes, if there are any questions, happy to take it. Yes, sir.
Uh, Great, great presentation and information here. Thank you. My startup, Sports Exotica, is actually registered under Startup India. Just a suggestion. I'm not too sure if it's available, but I have not seen it. Just a checklist for startups. To go through the bureaucracy and the other things. So a simple checklist. Maybe it can be state-wise or whatever. That information would be very, very, so we can focus on what we do, and maybe a single window system for all those clearances. I believe the many departments in the country have already have those, and many states have already given assurances of, like Telangana. I know that in 3 days you can register an industry, an organization. So something like that would be amazing for startups.
That's very good feedback. Thank you so much for that suggestion as well. Some bit of information that I want to share here. One is that at a larger government level, um, there is a project that's separately being worked upon. It's called National Single Window, NSW. That's where idea is to have all the approvals, etc., seamlessly through that single platform. That's where the DPIT recognition, since you recognized, um, and if you guys were recognized maybe sometime back, right? It used to happen on the Startup India platform. Now that recognition has moved to National Single Window. So at a large level, that is happening. But I think what we are trying to solve for is, since you're a DPIT recognized startup, for example, there might be certain information. Let's say if you get registered today, it's not automatically registered on Bhaskar yet. So one is that unified integration within different startup India platforms itself, and then leading it to larger government department and states, etc. Right? So yes, that will happen. That is something that we realize as a problem statement as well that we are trying to solve for. It's extremely complex to be honest, but we are kind of working on that. Second is on the Startup India platform, there's a section on states where there's a state map as well. So that's where you get an overview of how does the state ecosystem look like. So for example, if I want to understand that what's happening in, let's say, Madhya Pradesh, and how does the ecosystem look like, what are the stats, what is the policy, etc., everything you can get there as your single point of contact. There are also contact us details on that page itself. So let's say if you want to connect with the nodal departments, that's there. As you mentioned, sir, there are a lot of schemes, etc., that are there as a part of different departments and ministries here. But also there are different incentives and benefits that are being provided under other platforms as well. That is being solved for on the state portal. So state portal पे आपको वो भी मिलेगा, and you'll also get it what Startup India is doing. But yes, at a large level, I do agree that there's some streamlining that's required where you get all the information on a single platform for everything that's happening around, even in sector specific things, and that is something we'll work upon. Absolutely. Do we have any other questions? Hi. Hi.
My name is Hari, and I just want to ask one question. If you're a startup having a DPIT ID, and you're also an enabler and a service provider, is there a provision to be on all the three levels?
Currently, no, because the platform is at the MVP level. So we do not have that double hatting or let's say multi hatting solved for yet. But yes, within the next 6 months, that is going to be enabled where there's going to be provision of multi hatting. For example, I might be a mentor. I might also be a startup founder or maybe an individual investor as well. And most of the investors, they're actually mentors as well. So we do understand that as a founder, you might have multiple startups also, right? So but then you have specific phone numbers, so that is enabled with respect to your multiple ventures. But for an individual to be doing multi-hatting, that is work in progress.
Okay, thank you. When was it started exactly?
This was honestly, this has been in terms of tech development, this has been an effort of 45 days only, and that's where we just want the community to bear with us a little because we are kind of evolving the platform. But this was launched by the Honorable Minister Shri Piyush Goyal, Commerce and Industry, in September, mid-September. So it's fairly new platform. Hello, sir.
Yeah, hi. I just had one suggestion. Because we work with many startups, they keep coming back to us and asking like, what are the schemes available for startups or what are the loans available from government and things like that. Can there be like a single tab where you get everything like, what are the schemes available, what are the grants available, etc. So then the founders can like navigate in one tab, see what they're eligible for, and so on and so forth.
Absolutely, sir. That is something that we intend to do. So, at least in terms of simplification of information for the Startup India initiatives, that is being done. But as we said, right, with integration within the community. So, for example, let's say there's an angel investor who is maybe, looking for certain pipeline of startups in a particular field. Maybe certain service enablers who are maybe, who are providing consultations, particularly on the legal aspect, right? Can all of those with their competitive pricing be registered so that I can take a call on who stands out for what? All of that information as well. So yes, I think as the platform evolves, we'll definitely put it as a part of it.
Like different state governments provide grants, like Kerala provides something. I know that Karnataka
Yes.
provides something.
Yes.
Can all of those be listed at one under
That
one
is listed. That's currently listed on the Startup India platform. If you go to the network section in the states bit, there's an entire India map where you can actually go to any of the state. You click on it, so the policy is there. Whatever is the latest policy, because the policy provides the grants and all. It's under the policy. So all the policies are there. There is a POC. You get the state ecosystem map as well. So that is enabled right now for all of the states and the policies. Do we have any other question? Yes.
Hi, ma'am. My
Hi.
name is Jeffin James. I'm looking forward to start a company in deep tech space. So I want to form a team, and I would like to know: is it possible to like go through your website and like sort people, like, or do you have like a filter kind of mechanism to like see and like talk to specific group of people?
That's a very good use case that you've brought up actually, because when we were actually looking at creating the students category, and so our idea was that when we are putting these personas out, right, what is the value that can be given to each of the personas? So when we were particularly looking at students, I think a lot of students are currently looking at gaining some work ex under maybe internship or even certain long-term opportunities once they graduate within the startup ecosystem and with different startups. There is another separate issue of finding your co-founders to be able to connect with like-minded people and discover them as a part of this platform who are actually putting that up front. And then there's another, challenge of talent discovery. I think that's what you mentioned about, right? Talent
Yeah,
discovery
I
in
haven't
terms of-
seen like a professionals in that category.
Yes.
Like students, yeah, it's good, but I'm looking for someone who have like experience and all.
Yes.
So like to collaborate and work with them, something like
Yes.
that sort.
So I will break this into two parts. I think in terms of short term, you can go to the relevant persona and you can see what is that person about, what is their background, so that if you want to reach out to them, like we do on any other platform, even LinkedIn, for example, right? We go there, we see the profile, may not be looking for a job, but you can still reach out and ask them that, hey, are you keen on joining me on the challenge that I'm solving for? So that is one way, which is actually short term, where you can do that discovery. In the long term, we do tend to solve for it with the network in the community and the information that we'll have in terms of even internship opportunity, hiring, being able to find your co-founders of at least like-minded communities. So that is something that will come up, and that is something that we are building. But in the short term, yes, it's going to be in terms of individual reach outs that you can do to stakeholders.
Yeah, will there be like some tags like they work in AI, they work in robotics or something?
Oh
like
yes, absolutely. Because there's actually already a filter which is called technology. So we have a sector filter, we have a technology filter. In fact, if I really have to talk about community, then we have around 60 sectors that are part of the Bhaskar platform, and we have 22 technologies also listed. So that list is not going to change. That list will remain. It's only the community will keep on growing.
that? Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for being so patient. We really hope to have you all registered as a part of this community. We want you to continuously keep on sharing feedback, any suggestions, and also if you're facing any challenges, you can also write to us and we'll be happy to solve for it. But very, very good interacting with you. Thank you for being so patient as well, and enjoy your next 2 days at Huddle. I'll see you around. Thank you.